Anyone that follows me on social media knows that I've not been posting for quite a while now. In fact, it's been about 3 months, just over today. And this video is to really explain why I haven't been posting and also to thank everybody that's continued to follow me. I know I've lost some followers and I do apologize for the fact that I've not been posting, but there's a reason for it. And today I think I owed everybody an explanation, and here it is. So basically, 3 months ago, I was out walking in the woods and I thought I had just innocently twisted my ankle. Unfortunately, by the time I managed to get up and get home, I realised that maybe it was going to take me a bit longer because firstly I thought it was just going to take about a week to rest it and I'd be back up and running again. But by the end of that first day, my ankle had blown up, really, really big, swollen, painful. I couldn't put any weight on it. And I have to say, initially I just panicked and I thought, okay, what I'll do is I'll wait it out, give it a week or so and see what happened. But in my mind, I was still fighting the fact that I might have been hurt and hurt quite badly. But 2, 3 weeks down the line, when I still couldn't walk and my ankle was still swollen, I realized that I had to do something. I had to seek help. And all the things that I practiced, I had just forgotten about it because I think I was in denial. And I wanted to admit that because I wanted to be perfectly honest about my journey so that I can help you. So I went into denial, but when the pain persisted and it was still swollen, I finally called the doctor and I had to go to A&E and I had an x-ray, which I think I should have done in the beginning. The x-ray confirmed I'd fractured my ankle, an avulsion fracture. I've since learned a lot about them and I think I've torn some ligaments and things like that. So it was quite extensive damage to my ankle, and I believe that delaying help for 3 weeks didn't help me. In fact, it made things worse because I still tried to walk on it every day. Just thought, if I just try a bit harder, I'll eventually get there. But all I did was delay my healing. And why I'm telling everybody this in a video is because if you're in any situation, emotional or physical, I found that denying it just delayed everything and made it worse. So if you're there, if you're in that situation, you'll know that. Just learn from my experience, and shortcut to healing is to not be in denial. Once I did realize what the problem was, I stopped posting on social media immediately because I was too unwell, I was in too much pain, I knew I couldn't do it. But once I stopped posting, the other effects of it was the frustration of not being able to do the things and be the person I used to be before my injury. So I was still kind of in denial, but because I knew what the extent of the injury was, I reverted back to I did look at all my anti-diet principles. I looked within me, I looked in my book, and I went back to basics. I knew in my head I had to go back to basics to heal myself, not just for me, but for my family and also to help others like I have been doing for the last so many years. And so my journey began, and this journey is to make me well again. I'm not there yet, but what I wanted to share today is what I've learned so far in this journey, 3 months in. And I'm hoping that my experience will help others that are struggling with something that they're going through, and perhaps you're realizing that you're stuck. And here are some things that I'm going to talk about today that might help you to become unstuck, because I'd really like to help others from the experience I've had. Because what I learned was, instead of denial, choose acceptance. Because as soon as I accepted the fact that I was quite badly injured, it allowed me to seek the help I needed to start my healing. That was to see a doctor, to start taking painkillers, to rest, to not push my ankle, and to be more patient with the process. Because everything I did up to that point just made me more frustrated, gave me more pain, and kept me stuck. So here are 3 things I wanted to share with anybody going through a very difficult time at the moment, and I really hope they help you. The first is, after you've accepted it, concentrate on what you can do, not what you can't. Now, the anti-diet lifestyle is very, very focused on what you can do, because it's so much easier to do that than to sit and wallow about all the things you can't do. I mean, I suddenly found overnight I couldn't walk, I couldn't run, I couldn't exercise, I couldn't even having a shower or basic tasks, cleaning, hoovering, all of these things were impossible for me. So if you've got support, get that support, accept you can't do it, and don't wallow or struggle or get frustrated about it. Instead, focus on what you can do. And all the things I could do, I started to read inspirational quotes. I watched inspirational videos. I follow inspirational people, and they kept me motivated and hopeful. I also, because I couldn't use my legs, I focused on what else could I do. I've started learning the piano and to play the guitar, because those were things I could do sitting down. And you know what? During that process, I found skills that I never knew I had. And also, I ticked off 2 of my bucket list items, which was to learn to play the guitar and learn to play the piano. That doesn't mean I'm an expert, but I am learning, and I feel so energized and motivated by it. So concentrate on what you can do, not what you can't. If you can't walk, find something else, paint, draw, watch something inspirational, write, journal, anything that will get you to focus on the positive and not the negative. The second thing was, after I'd accepted it, I leant into healing, because all of that resistance kept me from healing. So what I did was I heavily focused into it. What can I do? Am I doing the exercises that I'm capable of doing? Am I taking the medication that I should be taking? Am I resting it when I should be resting? Am I elevating my leg? Am I putting ice packs on it? So I've lent on the healing, because before I was forcing myself to move. I was forcing myself to try on shoes. I was trying to think ahead, like 5-6 months ahead of what I'd be able to do. So don't do that. Don't resist your healing. Lean into it, accept your limitations, and then research, talk to people, get help, whatever it takes for you to learn more about what you're going through and how you can get to the other side. Because believe me, I've been there. The more you resist, the more you push away from healing, the harder and longer it will take you. And the last thing I wanted to tell you, and which I hope really will help you, is this, and this is a really important thing if you have an issue with food, and that is to don't use a time of emotional or physical pain to punish yourself. And by that, I mean, don't say to yourself, well, I'm going through hell, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat my way out of it. I'm going to drink my way out of it. I'm going to cry my way. I mean, crying is okay, but crying in that you're wallowing and you're not accepting where you are. You're just going to resist and just fight what has happened. So don't do that. Please don't do that, because I had to really think about and go back to basics with this, because I could have easily said to myself, right, I'm just going to eat cake. I'm going to drink, sugary, caffeine-filled drinks, anything that will give me that instant fix to make me feel better, knowing full well that the day before or the weeks after or the months after, I'd be, 4 stone overweight and back to beginning of my anti-diet journey. And so not only was I suffering physically with my ankle, I would also be not liking what I'm seeing and who I'm becoming in the mirror. And that doesn't mean that it's all about looks. It means that if I'm overweight, it will be harder for my ankle to heal. I might give myself diabetes. I might give myself another disease. So instead of helping myself, I would be punishing myself and making everything in my life worse. So please don't say it to yourself, oh, I'm going through this, so it's okay for me to eat a whole cake. Don't do that. Don't look at it that way. Instead, just lean into the journey. Find patience, whatever it takes you. Meditate, talk, reflect, journal, but find peace within yourself where you are. That doesn't mean you can't have cake. It just means don't punish yourself. So don't focus on what I can do to compensate for where I am in life. think of what can I do to help myself where I am in life. And I really hope that this video has helped you, because this is what I've done. I'm still probably halfway, maybe even less than that, into my journey of healing. But I'm back and I'm slowly going to start making more videos to help people. And if you're in my situation, be it emotional or physical troubles, I hope that these tips will help you. They've helped me, and I truly, truly wish you healing. And if you like my videos, if you like my blogs, please do subscribe and follow me on social media. Thank you.